From begging to K-pop, the inspiring journey of Yu Hyuk. Yu Hyuk was just 9 years old when he began begging on the streets of North Hamgyong, one of North Korea's poorest provinces, near the borders of China and Russia. To survive, he not only begged but also ran errands for soldiers, sold foraged mushrooms, and even stole food when hunger became unbearable. Once, he snatched an unattended lunchbox at an underground station, only to find spoiled rice inside. For many North Koreans, this was just part of everyday life, Hyuk recalls. His life was all about survival, leaving little room for dreams, but he still dared to dream. Now 25, Hyuk is set to debut in the US as a member of the K-pop boy band 1Verse, pronounced universe. The group consists of 5 members: Hyuk, Suk, another North Korean defector, Ado from Japan, and Asian Americans Kenny and Nathan. They're making history as the first K-pop boy band to feature North Korean defectors. From a struggling childhood to a new life, Hyuk was born in a seaside village in Gyeongsang County. After his parents separated when he was 4, he was raised by his father and grandmother. His mother fled to South Korea and later tried to bring Hyuk with her, but he refused because he didn't want to leave his father. Though his family wasn't extremely poor at first, things worsened after the separation. His father didn't work, and his grandmother was too old to help, leaving young Hyuk to fend for himself. Eventually, his father convinced him to join his mother, and in 2013, Hyuk escaped North Korea. The journey to South Korea took months, passing through several countries. He keeps the details secret to protect others who might take the same route. After reuniting with his mother in South Korea, Hyuk stayed with her for a year before moving to a boarding school, supported by her financially. Adjusting to South Korea's competitive education system was tough, as Hyuk had barely completed elementary school in North Korea. But he found comfort in writing. He started with short poems about his past life, saying, "I couldn't openly share what I'd been through, but I still wanted to record it." Eventually, with encouragement from friends and teachers in his school's music club, Hyuk discovered a passion for rap, finding his voice through music. Growing up, music was a luxury Hyuk couldn't afford. K-pop was something he had barely heard of. But through rap, he found a way to express his feelings of loneliness and longing for his father. In his song Ordinary Person, he describes himself as the loneliest of the loners. After graduating high school at 20, Hyuk worked part-time in restaurants and factories to support himself. His life took a turn in 2018 when he appeared on an educational TV program. His unique story and rap talent caught the attention of Michelle Cho, a former SM entertainment producer. She offered him a spot in her agency, singing Beetle. "I didn't trust Michelle at first because defectors often face scams," Hyuk admits. But over time, he realized her dedication was genuine. A band of different worlds. Kim Suk, 24, also defected from North Korea but had a very different experience. Coming from a more privileged family near the Chinese border, he was exposed to K-pop and Korean dramas through smuggled USBs and SD cards. Michelle Cho described Hyuk and Suk as blank canvases. Unlike Ado and Kenny, who grew up immersed in music and dance, Hyuk and Suk were complete beginners. They had no understanding of pop culture, she said. However, their determination amazed her. They endured long, intense dance practices without giving up. Besides music and dance, their training included etiquette and interview preparation. At first, when asked why they thought a certain way, their only response was, "Because you said so last time," Cho recalls. But after 3 years, Hyuk started questioning things, which even surprised her. "Sometimes, I regret what I've done," she says, laughing. Breaking barriers and building friendships. Bandmate Ado, 20, admits he was nervous about meeting Hyuk and Suk due to the tense history between Japan and North Korea. "I thought North Koreans might be scary, but that's not true," he says. Kenny, who grew up in the US, experienced cultural differences too. "Korean culture is very communal. They love eating together. That was a culture shock for me because I prefer eating alone with Netflix," he shares. Last year, the group welcomed a 5th member, Nathan, an American of mixed Laotian and Thai heritage. 1Verse plans to debut in the US later this year, aiming to connect with American audiences. Their journey is not just about music. It's a story of survival, hope, and breaking barriers. Dreaming of one day playing in North Korea. Every year, dozens of K-pop groups make their debut, but only a few, usually backed by major labels, rise to fame. It's still too early to tell if 1Verse will capture the hearts of global audiences, but for Yu Hyuk, the dream goes beyond fame. He hopes that one day, his music will reach the ears of his fellow North Koreans. This dream might not be as far-fetched as it seems. Human rights activists often send leaflets, USB drives, and even K-pop content across the border using balloons and bottles. However, Hyuk remains cautious. To avoid being labeled a critic of North Korea, he refers to his homeland simply as the upper side during interviews and carefully avoids mentioning North Korean leader Kim Jong-un. His caution is well-founded. Since 2020, North Korea has imposed harsh penalties for consuming or distributing South Korean content, with punishments as severe as the death penalty. A rare video obtained by BBC Korean in 2022 showed two teenage boys publicly sentenced to 12 years of hard labor for watching and sharing K-dramas. This highlights the extreme risks faced by North Koreans who engage with foreign media. According to Ha Sung-hee, a music and media expert from Dongguk University's Institute of North Korean Studies, 1Verse success could make waves in North Korea. If a North Korean defector openly embraced their identity and became a global figure, it would definitely cause a stir in the North, Ha said. But for Hyuk, his motivation isn't just about making headlines. He wants to prove that North Korean defectors can achieve success, even in industries as competitive as K-pop. Many defectors feel there's an impossible gap between themselves and K-pop idols. Becoming an idol doesn't even seem like an option for us, Hyuk admits. That's why I'm trying my hardest. If I succeed, maybe other defectors will believe they can chase even bigger dreams.